Hey, Marjorie, good evening. Sheila, hello. Thank you for joining us. Lorraine, hello. Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. Ed, I finally ran into Ed. Ed, it was a pleasure to see you, and all I can say was magnificent, magnificent. And again, Ed has set the tone for the room tonight. No hateful comments, please. Thank you, Ed, for doing that for us. Hey, Andrea, good to see you. Annette, hello. And Laura is in the house. Good to see you, Laura. Thank you for joining us all the way from the great state of Pennsylvania. Good to see you. Chico, all the way from Pula. The Chico or Rachel? But anyway, all the way from Pula. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Mike. Good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us. Fabrice, all day. Good evening to you. Good to see Joan on tonight. Good to see you. Elizabeth, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Alicia, hello. Thank you for joining us. Brent Grant is on. Brent, you did an amazing job at the Downtown Business Association. Thank you for all the work you do for United Way. And you're going to have to come on a Motivational Monday to talk about all the great work that the United Way does. Sandra, hello. Good to see you. Kim, hello. Thank you for joining us. And of course, Coach Cassell Bell is in the house all the way from Jacksonville. Good to see you. And Ed, I will come back to the 700 restaurant. I had the short rib, and it was great. I wanted the chicken, but the short rib was outstanding. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Lenora, hello. Good to see you. Julia, thank you for joining us. Deborah, good evening. Lanice, hello. Perlette, hello. Good to see you. And Sharon is on all the way from Pula. Thank you for joining us as well. Hey, Debbie Williams Walker from Augusta some days, from Savannah other days. Thank you for joining us. See, Nicole is here on time tonight. So we're good. It's always good to see you. Hey, Raynell, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you as well. Nancy, you in the ER? All right, you have to let me know how you're doing, Nancy. I mean, I thought we weren't doing the ER anymore. So you're in the ER in Memorial, and you're listening to Friday Night Live. You know we love you, right? That's real love and dedication to date night. But if you have to get off, Nancy, we understand. We get it. Okay. But we hoping and praying you're gonna be okay. Barbara, hello, good to see you. Latasha, I am doing well. Thank you so much. Latrina, we're going to talk about the mask mandate tonight. Of course, we're going to talk about it. Gloria, hello, good to see you. And Glenda Jones is on. Good to see you, Glenda. Thank you for always being who you are and doing what you do. Barbara Dolores, hello. Thank you for joining us. Hope you've had a fantastic Friday. Drusilla, hello. Good to see you. Oh, now Alicia is in Nevada on vacation, and yet she's still taking the time to spend time with us. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a like. I'm gonna give you a love for that. That's real love. So we appreciate you for doing that. Thank you, Lita. That's right, Lita. That's right. Alexander is graduating from UGA. I thought he graduated. I thought it was at 7 o'clock. I thought he already graduated. But anyway, congratulations to Alexander and his mom, Condolita. Congratulations to all of the graduates of the University of Georgia. Shauna, hello. Thank you for joining us. Sister Luana Tillman, thank you. Glad to see you. Glad that you're on with us. And Denise is on with us. Happy Friday. Hey, Rain, good evening to you. Loto is on. Good to see you. Happy Friday night to you as well. Stacy, hello. Nisi from Selma, Alabama. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. And Mary is on from Washington State. We thank you. We appreciate you so much for that. And we have both Liebermans on. Bruce Lieberman has made it clear that we have two Liebermans on. We have Bruce and we have Marsha. So we are straight with the Liebermans. Alan, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ernisa, good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. And Latrina, we're going to talk about, Latrina, I got to do my hellos. We'll talk about the CDC in a minute. So we're going to get to it. Hey, Jackie, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Shauna, thank you. It was an excellent tribute to Coach James Holmes. They named the field house at Memorial Stadium after the late, great coach, commissioner, James J. Holmes, and I'm glad to have been there to represent the city of Savannah. Angie from the DMV, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Nisi, I am doing well, thank you. Sharon, hello, good to see you, and happy Friday to you. And thank you, Kareem. Hey, brother Kareem, thank you for joining us as well. Hey, Dr. Priscilla Williams, thank you for joining us. Hey, Elder Flossie, thank you for joining us. Hello, Rita is on. Good evening to you. And Carol, thank you. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Hey, Lee Robinson Graham, good to see you. And I appreciate you. You're being nice. I'm going to be nice to you. So thank you, and I appreciate you so much. Nicole, thank you for joining us. Barbara is on. And Johnny, good to see you, brother Johnny. I hope all is well with you. Maisha, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Crystal Kaufman is on. So, hey, Crystal Kaufman, now we're waiting on your mom to come on, and we'll have both Kaufmans, 2 Liebermans, and we're waiting on 1 Tillman to show up. Hey, Pat Richardson, good to see you, and you're going to answer my question. So check your phone. I asked you a question. And always good to see my friends at Ruin Thai Restaurant on Broughton Street between Whitaker and Bull Street. I did not get a chance to eat there this week, but I will be there next week. But it's always good. If you ever want good Thai food, good atmosphere, go to Ruin Thai Restaurant. And Nisi, yes, all questions are on the table when we get to the questions. All right, let's see. Hey, the Honorable Vicki Nelson from Hinesville, Georgia is on. Good to see you, Councilwoman. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, Alicia got me right. It is Alicia, not Alicia. And so Alicia, who is celebrating with us while on vacation in Nevada. Thank you. I really mean that. That's pretty awesome. Hey, Joanne, thank you for joining us. The Knowledge, good evening. Good to see you. Stephanie, good to see you as well. Dana, thank you. Happy Friday to you. And Tracy is on. Thank you, Tracy. Hey, Ruel Francis, thank you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Tiffany is on. Thank you, Tiffany. Always. And always good to see Grazel Levon. Always good to see you. The child graduated and had a birthday. I was notified of neither. So we know we got issues, right? Just as long as you know. All right, we got Barbara Kaufman on. So now we have both Kaufmans, both Liebermans, 1 Tillman on. So we're waiting. And thank you, Ms. Johnson. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate the Live Oak community just for being good neighbors, being good community people, and just standing up for your community. And I appreciate you for that. Hey, Rain, good evening. Thank you for joining us. And let's see, Sheree, thank you so much. Pastor Thomas Hart, Dr. Hart, thank you for joining us. Paula is on. Aaron is on. Hello, good to see you. Good to see you, Princess. Appreciate you being on as well. Yeah, we could talk about that, Sister Tillman. Audrey, hello. Good to see Sean on. Can I get something to drink? Y'all hold on a minute because my throat is getting dry. Give me 1 moment, okay? Like 30 seconds. I need to get something to drink. I'm back. So, yeah, what you find is calling these names and stuff, I forgot I didn't bring it out. So anyway, Michelle, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you being on. And Hazel is on. Thank you. Larry is on. Good to see you, Larry. Wandina, thank you. Hello. Eleanor, hello. Thank you for joining us. Nicole, hello. And the Honorable Linda Wilder Bryan from District 3 of the Savannah City Council. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see my friend, Steve Donstedt. Good to see you, sir. And Yolanda is on from Hinesville, Hey, Yolanda, thank you for joining us. And Sandra, I think that I'm glad that you're on, and hopefully you can hear me. Miss Flo is on. Lakeista is on. Cheryl is on. Uh, L. Griffin Kennedy is on. Molly Lieberman is here. So now we have three Liebermans. We have one Tillman. We have both Kaufmans and a partridge in a pear tree. Good to see Robin Beck all the way from Kansas City, Missouri on. And I can't wait to come to Kansas City and see my Giants beat up on your Chiefs. That's how it's going to go down. Janice, thank you for joining us as well. Tara, thank you for joining us. And Lydia, we do thank God for another day as well. Georgia, good evening. Good to see you. And my cousin Perry's wife, Pam, is on. So it's always a pleasure to see my cousin Perry's wife, Pam. My cousin's wife, Pam. So I'm glad that you're on with us. And I'm serious. We have to book you to talk about the great work you're doing in Virginia. Joycette, thank you for joining us as well. And I'm back. I'm getting water. Water. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. Hey, Miss Carmelita Maynard. Hello. Good to see you. And we appreciate all that you do in your community as well. Rafaela, thank you for joining us as well. Lydia, thank you. Good to see you. And Sadie, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead, Gloria. Hello. If it is Friday, if it's Friday in Savannah, while the pandemic is still going on, if it's Friday during a pandemic, and you ain't got nowhere that you have to be, well, you're here with me. We are almost over 60 weeks strong now. This is date night. This is Friday. This is our Friday Night Live. Thank you for joining us. And so we appreciate you being with us, appreciate you joining us, appreciate our opportunities to be able to talk. It is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful evening in Savannah. And so I appreciate anybody who wants to take the time and does take the time to join us this evening. And we've been doing this so long, we're going to have to talk about what happens after this. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So today we're going to talk about the CDC. We're going to talk about our mask ordinance here in Savannah. Ms. Tillman wants to talk about Mayor Bottoms in Atlanta. And her decision not to run again. We can talk about that. And then we'll talk about whatever else you want to talk about. So Angie Alfonso is on and Julia is on. Thank you so much. And so we will talk about this. Ivania, thank you for joining us. And so let's start with the elephant in the room. Okay? And here. I mean, yeah, well, Deborah, it is confusing. Good evening, Pamela. So the issue is this. So yesterday, we didn't even know. We had just heard. It just came from nowhere. It caught everybody by surprise. The CDC sent out an update that said that fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear a mask or physically distance in any setting except where required by federal, state, local, tribal, or territorial laws, rules, regulations, including local businesses and workplace guidance. Now, key word there. They no longer need to wear a mask except where required by federal, state, local, tribal, territorial laws, rules, and regulations. So they basically said that fully vaccinated people can resume normal activities without wearing masks or physically distancing, except where required by federal, state, local, and tribal law. That they can resume domestic travel and refrain from testing before or after travel, that they can refrain from testing before leaving the United States for international travel, except where required by the destination. They can refrain from testing following a known exposure if asymptomatic, meaning no symptoms, with some exceptions for specific settings. and could refrain from a quarantine following a known exposure if they're asymptomatic. So that's really what it was all about. And so then people went crazy. And, the reality is a couple of things. And let me be very clear about where I am. And I'm going to tell you because, we're family. I want you to know, where I stand on this. And let's be really, really clear. So I know Loto. I mean, the Yeti is in there, and I was in the middle of stuff. So, hey, Latoya, thank you for joining us. Felicia, hello. And all right, Perry, see, there you go. My cousin Perry is in the house, so that's good. We good. So essentially, the issue is this: the guidance. See, what people forget is this: the key word, and they heard in the CDC's guidelines was that they heard was no longer need to wear a mask or physically distance. They no longer need to wear a mask and physically distance. And you know how people hear what they want to hear? That's what they heard. No longer need to wear a mask or physically distance. But the key words there are fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear a mask. And so the question came from me, and people were appealing their stuff, but my issue is this. And right now, the mask mandate in Savannah stands. Okay? And the city council ratified that again yesterday. The key word is fully vaccinated. So we know that as of this point, that in Savannah, Chatham County, that we are approximately 30% vaccinated. Hey, Ann, hello. We're about 30% vaccinated here, which means if you take 100 and you subtract 30, you have 70. So let's just say 33 for sake of argument. That means that 1 out of every 3 people in Savannah, Chatham County are fully vaccinated. 1 out of every 3. That also means that 2 out of every 3 people in Savannah, Chatham County are not vaccinated. Go back to the keywords here. Keywords. Fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear a mask or physically distance. The CDC guidance, and look at our numbers, means that basically 1 out of every 3 people that live in Savannah, Chatham County no longer need to wear a mask. But it does also mean that 2 out of every 3 people in Chatham County, Savannah, should continue to wear a mask. But y'all didn't hear that. Y'all just heard no longer need to wear a mask. And that's why our mask mandate is in place, and it will continue to be in place for the time being. Now, what we said we would do is we will continue to look at the data. We will continue to see where our numbers are, and our numbers are they're dropping. They are dropping. But the fact is we're not out of this yet, because if 2 out of every 3 people are vaccinated, are not vaccinated, then that means we still at a significant risk of significant community spread. So as for me and my house, we will wear a mask. Matter of fact, I've been wearing 2 or 3 of them because this is still real. And so you will see me, although I'm fully vaccinated, continue to wear my mask. And what I'm asking you all to do is to continue to wear your mask. If you're fully vaccinated, and we know everybody on Friday Night Live is fully vaccinated, we know that, right? Then I want you to continue to wear your mask, because you don't know what folks have. You don't know. Then if you look at our streets are turned up. Everybody's living their best lives. They're coming from all over the place. We're glad they're here, and they don't want to wear a mask. And you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what strains they're bringing because we know we have more than one strain. That's why we're not pulling off of this right now. The county did it today. That's the county. Their figures might be a little different than mine is. I'm responsible for Savannah. Chatham County got to do what's best for Chatham County. I'm saying in Savannah, we need to continue to wear a mask. And I need you all to commit to doing that for us because COVID is still real. So, I mean, if you see me out and I'm fully vaccinated, most of the time I'm wearing a mask. Even though I really don't have to. But I think it's important to model behavior. And so that is why I wear the mask. Okay? So I need you all to do that. And we need to continue to get people vaccinated. There are some places in our immediate area in which they are single digits. Some of these counties are like 7% vaccinated, which means that basically 9 out of 10 people in their county are not vaccinated. And guess where they go to hang out? Savannah. All right? They're in stores next to you. They're in places next to you. And again, I'm not being a conspiracy theorist. I would love nothing more to get rid of the mask mandate, but we have come too far. We've come too far. So what I've committed is on May the 31st, our current mask mandate ends, but next week and the week after, we'll be looking, we're talking with our health professionals, we're talking with our representatives from our Coastal Health District, we're talking with our folks from Memorial, from St. Joseph's Candler, from Curtis Cooper, from J.C. Lewis, and other people. And so we'll see how our numbers look. We got to make the decision best for us. The key word for the CDC is guidance. And that works in places where they're 50% vaccinated. We know in Savannah we have a lot of people coming in and out, in and out, in and out of our city. We know that. And so I'm saying that this is too soon. Now, we might do it in a week or so, but we have got to get these vaccinations up. We have to get these vaccinations up. And so that's what I'm trying my best to do, and I'm asking all of you within the realm of your influence, model the behavior we want you to see. Good to see you, Pastor Osborne. Appreciate you joining us, sir. But we have to model the behavior we want to be able to see. Okay? So that's why, again, we're going hard. There are a lot of educational professionals. There are a lot of medical professionals. There are a lot of law enforcement and fire personnel that have not gotten vaccinated. And so until we can get to the point where our numbers are up. And again, Savannah is a unique place because people are coming in and out. The key here is this, and always good to see our sweetheart, Mayor Edna Branch Jackson, our 65th mayor of our city, who always continues to be a shining star and light in our community. Always good to see you, Madam Mayor, and thank you so much for joining us. But the key is for us, if things were all right, why are they making you still wear a mask on planes and trains? Things that make you go, Because if things were fine, everything was good, but you have to get on the plane and wear a mask the entire flight. You have to get on the train and wear a mask the entire flight. You think about that. The federal government in itself requires masks. And the funny part about it is the people that are calling and they're fussing to me about, you need to let the mask mandate go. You're not vaccinated. So what are you talking about? And I say, you want to be mad at me? Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Get us closer to where we need to be where we can let it go. Because for us, the thing about Savannah and the blessing that Savannah has is that we got into mask early and we slowed down the spread of the virus. And we were able, our businesses got involved, they were doing safe practices, and so we were able to survive at a better clip than most places. So that's the deal about that. Sandra, Savannah's percentage, we are about 29 to 30% vaccinated. That's fully vaccinated. So the number, so we're about 30% totally vaccinated. And I think we're probably about early 30% Tau for those that have just one shot. But again, the key here is both shots. The CDC says, Princess, Princess, you don't have to wear a mask if you're fully vaccinated. That's the foolishness. It's like they'll tell you you don't have to wear a mask if you're fully vaccinated. How do we know you're fully vaccinated? And so we're using the honor system to make sure that people are vaccinated. It's like driving a car, and the police officer comes and says, show me your license. You have a license? Yes, I have a license. Don't show it to me. I trust you. I'm just saying. And so for us, we can't verify everybody. We have to take the guidance and apply the guidance generally to Savannah specifically. And that's what we're doing. We're taking on macro and we're applying it at a granular micro level. We're taking that guidance and we're seeing where is that. How can we be involved and how can we address that? So we're out there, continue to do that. And so I want all of us to commit to continue to wear masks. We want to also commit to making sure that people are getting vaccinated. Okay? So that was a question about that. And again, I'm hoping we're on the other side of this. Again, our indicators are getting better. But for us, we need to look at trends. And so we're looking at trends, and I'm hoping that we will get better quickly. John, I agree with you. You can see there's some people who wear masks, a whole bunch of people don't. And that's what I'm saying. So if you have 2 out of 3 people who are not vaccinated and nobody's wearing a mask or very few people are wearing a mask, well, that's the issue. That's the issue. So, we'll keep this going and, we'll see where it leads us and then we'll go from there. Okay? So, we're talking with our medical professionals on a weekly basis. We're evaluating numbers, and I will tell you this. There's been no step. Annette, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. But the funny part about it is that no decision I have made thus far, no decision, no mandate that I've made thus far has been made without the unanimous support of our local medical community. And I'll leave it like that. All right? So, just want you to know that. So, and actually I have done better. Good point, Ms. Barbara. I have not had the allergies I usually have because I had the mask on. Elizabeth, thank you for joining us. And so, you see this? So, I'm wearing it. So, again, the key words if people want to ask you about this, and I know people ask you all about stuff because they know we hang out on Friday nights, is that the guidelines from the CDC say that fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear a mask. Fully vaccinated people. In Savannah, 2 out of 3 people are not vaccinated. Okay? So that means that 1 out of every 3 people per the CDC recommendation would not have to wear a mask. Which means most people would have to wear a mask, which is why we can't end the mask mandate today. So that's where we are. Just wanted you to know that, okay? So, um, Paula wants to know who's included in my local medical community. The Coastal Health District is our health department. Um, Infectious diseases medical professionals from Memorial Health, from St. Joseph Candler, from the Curtis Cooper Health Center, from the J.C. Lewis Health Center, and 3 private doctors. One of them is a pediatrician. So, Paula, I hope that answers your question. And they've all been doctors for a long time. And they're all involved in infectious diseases, and they are highly respected members of our medical community. They're all certified in the stuff that they do, and they serve a lot of Savannahans. So, hope that answers your question. So, Dee, thank you very much. We appreciate that. I'm glad you're wearing the mask. And Elizabeth, thank you for wearing your mask. All right, so that's the answer about that. So, what else you want to know about? Now, so the next thing that I was asked about was from Mrs. Tillman, and she wanted to know about my thoughts about Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, deciding that she was not going to run again. I get it. I'm going to have to get it back on the show. You know, hey, the Honorable Cynthia Jenkins from Noonan, Georgia is on. Glad to have you on, Councilwoman Jenkins. You know, Mayor Bottoms has really, we've had a great relationship. I appreciate her leadership. I appreciate her friendship. Savannah and Atlanta, we've enjoyed a really good partnership together, particularly during this COVID. We've worked very closely together. And I was disappointed that she was not going to run for mayor again. But I get it. I get it. There was a New York Times article where a lot of mayors were not running for re-election again. This was stressful. These were very, very hard, very difficult times. And, you know, some people just like, you know what, I can't do this again. It's been, I mean, even for me, when I'm talking about my experience over the last year or so, it's been stressful. I know Mayor Jackson can attest to this. You know, it's stressful being responsible. And you are responsible, and you feel responsible for a city of 150,000 people. You know, you're responsible for them. And it can be stressful at times. Every decision you make, good or bad, is scrutinized. People will take your good intentions and they will twist it all over the place. They say horrible things to you. Good to see the Honorable Teenie Ade Broughton. She's a councilwoman in District 5 in Pensacola, Florida. Good to see you. But, you know, it's hard. And, you know, for her, you know, she was, she caught COVID, her and her husband and one of her sons. And people still talking crap about her. It's difficult. It's hard. We have been going for this, and a lot of us have. And again, we have a bunch of elected officials on here. You know, again, we have Councilwoman Broughton from Pensacola. We had Councilwoman Nelson from Hinesville. We have Councilwoman Mayor Pro Tem Jenkins from Noonan on here as well. It's difficult. It's difficult. Then they have the crime uptick, which is happening all over the country. And, you know, it's a lot of weight. You know, it's very, very difficult. And of course, the Honorable Linda Wilder Bryant, who's learning how difficult this is. You know, and so people want to blame you for everything. And here in our country, people have the right to free speech, and they can say whatever the crap they want to say about you. They can lie on you. They can say stuff that's not true about you. But yet you have to be able to take it, and then if you go off on them, then all of a sudden you're the wrong person. And so it's difficult. It's hard. And so I get it. And so for whatever it is that I deal with here, she is the mayor of our capital city. She is the mayor of our largest city, and it's difficult. It is really, really difficult. And so she wants to live a normal life, whatever that is. And so I wish her the best, and I appreciate her friendship, and I appreciate her her camaraderie, and she's going to be all right. Matter of fact, I'm going before her term ends, I'm gonna get her back on. Remember we had her on early on, so we're gonna get her on. But she's good people, and the city of Atlanta is better because she served. So that was a question about that. So what else is going on? Yeah, it can be stressful at times. I mean, you know, it's hard lately. You don't see a lot of mayors taking vacation and have taken vacation or just gotten away or just you're responsible for everything. But I'm going to show y'all how to do that because I'm going to be out. Buy me some water, and y'all gonna see me laying on a beach somewhere with 3 masks on. Y'all gonna see me with just laying on a beach, listening to that. So, but anyway, only supporters here. How are you trying to reach the doubters? I don't know. I mean, you know what? I mean, you learn in the end, Sharon, that people are going to believe what they're going to believe. And so I've stopped trying to convince people of stuff they don't want to believe. When the information is out there, I've learned that people can look at facts and interpret them the way they want to. So I've stopped trying. I mean, may the work I do speak for me. And in the end, hopefully, people will say about me that, I never came and said I was going to be a savior. I said I was going to come to serve. And that's the difference. I can't save people from themselves. I can come to serve. And so that's what I'm doing. Okay? So we are still in the middle of our anti-gun violence campaign with our superhero moms. We're almost a week into it. Unfortunately, we did have a homicide, last night, as a matter of fact. And, I mean, it's difficult to have to tell another mother and father, that their child was gunned down. But again, we have to change behaviors. And so the mothers out there, we have our campaign, it's called 10 Ways in 100 Days. And so we need your help, we need your help, we need your help. So help us to do that. We need better common sense gun legislation. We need to get illegal guns off the street. And we have to make sure people who should not have guns don't have guns. So Dee says they're currently shooting in Georgetown. All right, for the record, Georgetown is not in the city of Savannah. It's in unincorporated Chatham County. But I hope you call the police, Dee. All right? All right. Well, Sharon, you know what? People do what's in their heart. And so, I can tell you, I can promise you that I've not treated people the way they treated me. And that's how I know I'm growing. That's how I know that wisdom is setting in, because I don't treat people the way they treat me. How they treat me is none of my business. But I can say that I'm going to continue to be respectful, and that's all I could do. They got to answer for themselves. But I'll tell you this, people better be real careful about how they treat me. Real careful about how they treat me. You know why? because my daddy don't like people messing with me. I'm just saying. Be real, real careful. Don't make me call my daddy. Don't make me call him. Because if I call my daddy, it's going to be handled. Just saying. Shut up, man. All right. Don't make me call my daddy. Because if I call my daddy, all bets are off. I'm just saying. So, don't make me call my daddy. Don't make me call him. All right. Any other questions? What else we dealing with? What else we dealing with? What else is on your mind? Let's talk. What else we talking about? All right. Well, hey, Councilwoman Nelson, you're doing a wonderful job out there in Hinesville. I hope the people see the work that you're doing. But thank you so much. Debbie, would I want to live in Willoughby? That's a Twilight Zone reference. And no, I don't want to live in Willoughby. In Willoughby, the man died and was picked up by the Willoughby Funeral Home. Not me. I ain't trying to go nowhere. Not right now. So, but Glenda, I know you got my back, Glenda. I know. I have to pull Glenda off of people sometimes. Well, Pastor Tillman, my daddy does tell me to love him. Look. Why you think I haven't started flipping tables and stuff? Because my daddy say, you know what? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities. So it's not them. It's whatever is in them. So, But don't make me call my daddy. Don't make me call him. Because he says, be still. I'll fight your battle. Just keep your mouth shut. But anyway. Lorraine, I do not know if the Chatham County public school system will require masks. If Dr. Levette is on, she might be able to answer that. C. Nicole wants to talk about the new Civic Center. The new arena is being built. It's on time. It's on budget to open up in January of next year, hopefully around MLK weekend. And we are excited about it. We want to open up with some concerts. We still have places that people want to work. We need you to go ahead and work. You can go right there and you can get some work. So the interesting thing is that the governor ended the $300 payments. I mean, I see that both ways. I see on one side people, some people really need that money. On the other end of it, people need to get back to work. They need to get back to work. And right now, for many people, they can make more money not working than they can make working. Now, that means then that somehow or another we have a salary system that puts people into poverty. So that's something I'm pushing for, and I think that Alderwoman Wilder Bryan is going to have my back. We're pushing for $15 an hour, and we're going to try to do that this year. $15 an hour for the city of Savannah employees as a minimum wage. I think we could do it. I promised that we would do it, and I am going to try to get that done. So Deborah says the Department of Labor offices need to be open. Sure, they need to be open. I mean, if y'all dropping mask mandates and stuff, open the DOL office. So Barbara of Savannah Impact is not open now, but we are staffing. We're staffing that up now. So we're excited about that because this is going to be a great way for us to help deal and keep people from re-offending. So we're looking forward to that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else we got going on? Anybody? What else we got? Oh, thank you, Mayor Jackson. I appreciate you. Sharon says she's 62. Never has she had an immediate response from an elected official. Well, I mean, well, you got one now. The governor's mansion does need to be open. Um, Ray Sean, you need a job. There are a couple of places you can get a job. So you can do a couple of things. You can go right to the Civic Center on Monday and you can apply for a job. We are hiring. Then every other place in this city is looking for employees. There is no problem for you to get a job if you really want to work. Okay? So we could do that. Um, let's see. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Well, that's true. Um, you know, again, you look at where people are. One thing about it, throughout this pandemic, we've worked every single day, and City Hall has been open every day. Ray Sean, um, I want you, I want you to follow up now. All these people are putting out places that are hiring, Ray Sean, so we want you to get a job. Kroger is hiring too. Ed says if CAT comes out with a streetcar project, of course I would be on board. Of course. Um, Sharon, thank you as well. And I do know Officer White, so good to get that information. Thank you, Erica, for putting that out there. Um, and Darlene Washington Tyson, sending out my love to you for the loss of your beautiful daughter Shauna, and I hope you're doing all right. I hope that you're doing better, one day at a time. Um, Civic Center jobs, you can go right to the Civic Center site, right to the Civic Center site. Um, and the hotels are rehiring as well. Pam wants to talk about the fact that she's my cousin, not Perry. Okay? So you want to talk about that. All right, so let's talk about it. The fact is, Pam minds, that Pam is my blood cousin. However, the entire family has decided that we like her husband, Perry, better. So we've decided that we would skip over Pam and make Perry our cousin, and then Pam is Perry's wife. So Pam is still our cousin, it's just that she is our favorite cousin, Perry's wife. So we've talked about it. Now you want to put our family business in the street, there it is. All right? So we like Perry better. I mean, we like you, but we love Perry. Perry is your husband. We have taken in Perry. We've kicked you out, and now you are Perry's wife. So you're still in the family. You can still come to the family reunion, but we just got mad love for Perry. And that's all. Yes, Sister Tillman. Yeah, we need to get to $15 an hour. The city of Savannah right now, we're about $13.62 per hour. And, you know, although when you look at the city of Savannah, 13.62, but then we add another 18 to 20% on that in terms of health benefits, life insurance benefits, supplemental dental, vision, and all that insurance as well. So, but we want to do $15 per hour to go home for all of our employees. All right. See, Ray Sean, all these folks are hiring. Okay. Is the city giving small businesses tax breaks during the pandemic? The answer is no. And there are a couple of reasons why. The first reason is that we provide city services using taxes. What we have done is found ways to help small businesses. For example, we gave them 3 months to pay alcohol licenses. We've allowed restaurants to use city parking places to expand their outdoor dining facilities. And so we've done those things. Obviously, if you're giving the tax break, then that means we don't have money to fund the services that we do. The trash that needs to be picked up, the police officers that need to be on the street, the firefighters that help save people, the water treatment people. So, so we have not given any tax breaks, but appreciate the question. All right, let's see. Parkers is hiring. Man, Ray Sean, look, all these people, I mean, they're giving you all the jobs, man. Go get a job at each one of those places. And yes, they gotten several hundred names for the new hockey team, and they're going to reveal that, I believe, in September, end of August, beginning of September. They will reveal the name of our new hockey. So we'll see what it is. Um, let's see. See, Walmart and Dollar General are hiring. See? Good. Arby's is hiring. So, oh, Tabitha. Now, when I say that we're going to increase the minimum wage, we are only going to increase the minimum wage for the city of Savannah employees. So the 2,400 some odd city employees, I want to raise it for those employees. We can't raise it for everybody else. But we can't ask other people to do what we're not willing to do first. And so we want to use this opportunity to be able to say that if you're going to do this, this might be an opportunity to help you to help raise that minimum wage. All right. Let's see. Kessler's just hiring Rayshawn. Man, Rayshawn, you got all the jobs, man. Wisdom Senior Care. Hey, you know what? Wisdom Senior Care is a new business in our community. I was blessed to be with the Chandlers, and they're great people. And so check out Wisdom Senior Care, Rayshawn. Hey, Sheila, why are you late? You're late, Sheila. Sherelle, thank you so much. We appreciate that. I have gotten the service line warranty program. I have it on my house. I have all three on my house. I have the indoor plumbing. I have the water and the sewage outside. So I have all of that. And the fact is for me that if something happens here that is on my side of the water line, then, I want to call somebody and have somebody come out and fix it. And so for me, that's why I did it. If you don't want it, then you don't have to do it. Recovery Place is hiring. Goodwill is hiring. Rayshawn, I hope you're writing down all this stuff. And I want you to go online and start applying tonight. As soon as we get finished with this, Rayshawn. And next week, I want you to tell me that you've gotten a job. Okay? Next week, I want you to tell me, Rayshawn, that you got a job. All right, we got a couple more minutes. What else? What else we going to do? All right, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Pastor Tillman. We have a task force. Pastor Tillman, somebody said that our task force don't work, which is a lie. Our ARCs, for people who have been justice involved. And it's called ARC, stand for Advocates for Restorative Communities of Savannah. We're going to highlight employment for those justice impacted. So if you've been involved with the criminal justice system, there are job opportunities for you. And we know that in order for you to be self-sufficient and to be successful, you need a job. So next Sunday at 5:30 p.m., Pastor Thurman Tillman, the First African Baptist Church, and the ARCS Community Education Committee will be hosting this forum. Pastor Tillman, if you'll send me that information, I'll make sure to put it out, okay? So is it next Sunday, like a week from Sunday, or is it like this Sunday? Let me know, okay? All right. Hey, Terry Mobley. Terry, I told you I need to talk to you, Terry. Terry, I need to talk to you. I wanted to ask you something. Why so many deciding against the service line warranty option? Well, I don't know. Sometimes some people don't like new stuff. Sometimes people don't want to trust it. Sometimes people want to wait to see what happens. Then sometimes people wait till something happens and they say, I wish I got it. Again, if you've ever had plumbing issues or water or sewer line issues in your property and you had to get it fixed right away, you know why this type of warranty is important. And again, I would not tell you to do anything that I did not do myself, and I did it myself. Well, Debbie, the mayor's position is part-time. I will tell you the position is part-time, but I would also tell you that for the last year and several months, I've probably worked almost every day of every week, mostly all day. So yeah, but again, the value of what you pay elected officials is very clear. If you want a diversity of people that are in public office, you have to make it worth their while. Right now, if you want to be in public office, you have to be independently wealthy, retired, or self-employed. For 16 years, I was on city council and I worked full time. And I will tell you, it drove me crazy because I'm working a full-time job. I have to take off from the full-time job to do city council stuff. And so what ended up happening is that, it's a big strain on you. Unfortunately, I had the type of job where I could take that time off. But if we're going to want new voices in this, we're going to have to really look at ultimately one day making these positions full-time. I will tell you, every member of council, puts in a whole lot more hours than part-time. I'll tell you that much. So, all right. Good night, Ed. Thank you. Hey, Brother Ellis, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, Linda, thank you for reminding me. This week we had a harrowing set of circumstances to occur. Got a call Tuesday that there was a situation in which a woman was shot in her house, and she crawled across the street to a neighbor's house and basically said that she was shot a couple of times and someone stole her two 6-week-old twins, twin boys. And I will tell you how grateful and impressed I am by the Savannah Police Department. I mean, all hands were on deck, and because of great tips from the police department, great tips from the community, great tips from the mother herself, they were able to find this woman in Effingham County and bring her to justice. So that was an exciting thing, and I thank them for doing that. And so, when people do things right, you give them a heads up and you say, hey, great job. So great job, Savannah Police Department. And again, Alderwoman Bryan was on scene the entire day, so thank you for that. Hey, Tim. Tim, I love your mom, Ann. I love her. And your daughter, Gail, is all right. That's all I can say. Yeah, but I hope you're wonderful like your mom, Ann, is. She is absolutely a superstar. Well, Pat, I told you to join the service. Walter, we have already been in contact with Patrick Welch, and so the city manager should be in contact with him about that. So we'll see how that goes. Hilda, thank you for signing up. All right. Well, I'm glad. I know you're late. I wasn't gonna bust you out, Terry, but since you were late, Terry. But I'm glad that you were here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Miss Lydia, thank you. We appreciate you being with us. Thank you. Dana, the mom, is still in critical but stable condition. I had the opportunity to talk with her very briefly in the emergency room. And there's nothing in the world more persistent than a determined mama. And so I will tell you that much. So good to see Tabitha Odell. Thank you so much, Tabitha, for joining us. We appreciate you. And we appreciate that. Brenda, thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate you. Elise. Yes, Elise, there's a third program of the service line warranty program. So one deals with sewer outside, one deals with water outside, and there's one that says inside plumbing. And so yes, that's an option. Um, it may not be on the sheet, but it's definitely online. So I got that program too. And good to see Donna Williams all the way from Augusta. Donna Williams is Debbie Williams Walker, nicer sister. So good to see you, Donna. Thank you very much. Um, Sister, get it right. Okay, well, we love Ann Delaney, his mother, and Gail Delaney is all right. Is there a website for the water service company? Um, yeah, I'm sure there is. Let me see. Um, actually, service line warranty. Let me see. Home serve. Here it is, right here. Let me get it for you, so that you will have it. I believe it's this. If it's an issue, let me know. Okay. All right. Right, there we go. Let's see what else. What else? All right. Let's see what else. Hey, Miss Ellington. No, we still have the mask mandate. We are still wearing the mask in here. And also, happy 80th birthday to the Savannah Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And as you know, I love me some Deltas. So Deltas, and that's Terry, and that's Linda, and there's a bunch of other Deltas on here. Shouts out to you. We appreciate you. Dana, if you live in Savannah and you pay Savannah water, then you should get a letter. If you don't, let me know. Well, Renee, maybe. Really, the city is responsible for the city side of it. So really, probably not, because it's really dealing with the house side of it. LaWanda Tillman is leaving us because the Golden State Warriors is coming on, and everybody knows that she loves that. So, but anyway, let's see. How has the voting laws impacted the movie and hospitality industry here in Savannah? It is. It's affecting us, because I'm finding myself calling, conventions and movie productions, saying, "Hey, don't hold us responsible for what Georgia's doing. Don't hold us responsible because the folks in Atlanta at the Capitol are not hearing us." So yeah, I mean, it's affecting us. People are reevaluating Savannah, which impacts everything we do. Sonia, what's happening with the in-gun violence program? We still have it. The director has resigned, and we are looking for a new director, but the program remains in place. I mean, that sounds like fireworks. Yes, fireworks. Well, Carolyn, good question. Amber Alerts are not controlled by local agencies. Amber Alerts are controlled by the GBI. So the GBI has this protocol of information that you have to be able to complete. And so when our police department, because you have to know some things, you have to know the car, you have to know identifying information. So when you pull all the information in, you have to send it to the GBI, and then the GBI sends out the Amber Alert. So, our police officers did it timely. The GBI just took a while to do it. And again, I don't know what their processes are, but I know we got the information into them, but we don't send out Amber Alerts. Oh, Barbara, thank you. Mondays, I have a very, 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 very special guest on Monday. She is so special, I can't even tell you who she is. But it's on this Monday at 7 o'clock, and I can't wait. I am so excited about Monday night. I hope that you will join us on Monday night. Matter of fact, please join me on Monday night. Please join me on Monday night. we're looking so forward to this guest to come on Monday night. So I'm excited. I mean, I am excited about Monday night, 7 o'clock, Monday Night Live. So thank you, Barbara. Y'all need to make sure to join us. It is going to be absolutely awesome. All right, be ready for that. All right, thank you. And of course, Tabitha Odell got us that information. Thank you, Terry. We appreciate that. And so we appreciate y'all. Yeah, they're blowing fireworks out there. And again, I hate that because for people who suffer with PTSD, it drives them crazy. It drives our animals crazy. It's very scary as well. So, we'll see how this goes. Elise, it was not offered to people who live in the county because it's a city program for city folks. So that's why. The program is not available to people who live in Chatham County, unincorporated county, unless you have city water. If you have city water, if you receive a bill from the city of Savannah for water, then you can participate in this program. All right? And shouts out to those restaurants who will continue with the mask. Steakhouse on Whitmarsh Island, Bella Spot. We appreciate that. And again, Michelle, I have a number for you. But again, I'm not going to many places. If they don't require a mask, I'm not going. That's me. I get to choose where I spend my money. All right? So, Carolyn, I did not get the question you sent me, but if you resend it to me, I will answer it. Thank you so much, Carol. I appreciate you. My thoughts on the state's ending pandemic employment sounds political. What do you mean it sounds political? Those are my thoughts. I think people have to get back to work, but I also agree that, for a chance, people have been lifted out of poverty by this money. What's so political about that? It shows us how much we have to go to move people to a living wage. If you can make more money on unemployment than you can make working, then that means we have issues of pay. People are not making enough money. What's political about that? I don't know, Linda. I mean, you could tell me. Debbie, you live in Georgetown and received 2 notifications. That's because you have city water. You have Savannah water. You live in the county, but you have a city water bill, which is why you got the notifications. But anyway, so Linda, if you want to ask me anything more about it, but there's nothing political about that. I see it from both sides. We have businesses that have to close because they don't have enough people to work. And there are people I know that right now are living their best lives and they're paying bills they never paid before. Their ends are meeting like a mug because they have the ability now to let their ends meet. So, I think it shows us and it shows me why I want to make sure there is no City of Savannah employee who is eligible for welfare or food stamps. That's my issue. I want to make sure that we're paying our employees and they deserve it, that we're paying them well enough, that they don't need welfare, they don't need food stamps, they don't need EBT cards. We want to pay them a living wage to be able to live. And we want them where they make more money working than making more money collecting unemployment. So that's me. So it's not political. It's true. It's truthful. All right. So, just shows. Fortunately for me, I've been in a position where I can not work. I work and I make more working than I make unemployment. I just think that we are blessed. And for those of you who can't, put yourself in those people's positions. When you don't make enough to survive, in your mind is to survive. So red states are doing it, punishing their citizens. They dislike Biden. No, well, I mean, I don't know why he's doing it. I mean, to be honest with you, Miss Glenda, he didn't reach out to me to ask me. Um, but the reality is that people do need the money. It does not last forever. But on the other end, people need to work. People need to work. And so, but I think it just highlights a real bad discrepancy in our community and our state as it relates to this. So, is the city doing 4th of July celebrations? Maybe, probably maybe, if people get vaccinated. So, anyway, appreciate you all. Appreciate you all hanging out with us. Lose not faith, lose not courage, uplift humanity, wear your mask, wash your hands, watch your distance, and get the vaccine when it's available. It is available. Go ahead and get it. Get it, get it, get it. Get it. And continue to wear your mask wherever you go. We're not through this yet. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining us. Please join us on Monday. Very, 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 very special Monday Night Live. I am so excited. I can't wait till Monday. God bless you all. I appreciate you all, and keep looking up because somebody's always looking down. God bless. Good night.